Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. I had sent you one handwritten page image yesterday in the WhatsApp group. Did you copy that? The second part was wrong in the book. Okay. First, you need to find out the value of the unlevered form, and then you need to find out the value of the levered form. Okay. So that is how we should do, following the traditional approach. All right. I hope my screen is shared. No problem. 3 you can see on your screen, right? One of you just unmute and tell me.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So this is the third problem. I hope you have understood yesterday's. Oh, sorry. For only one problem we did, no, yesterday? Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Only one problem we did. Yes. So we will do the second problem today. In the first problem, the second part was wrong. So you will not write the one which you were shown yesterday on the screen. That means now also you can see the second part, value of form under NOP approach, it is written. So that part you will not do like that. Okay. What you will do is you will follow the image of the handwritten page which I sent you yesterday in the WhatsApp group after the classes. Okay. So that you will do. Now let us solve the second problem. Let us solve the second problem. Okay. Question you will not write. You will just write the solution now. So the question says, this is a traditional model problem. Yesterday's ones were NI approach and NOI approach. Today's one is traditional model. So what is the problem? It says Sandeep Electronics Limited has current operating income of 12 lakh. Current operating income means EBIT, NOI, whatever you want to mention, you can mention. Okay. So the EBIT is 12 lakh. The company has rupees 60 lakh, 12% debenture. That means what debenture value is 60 lakh and 12% is the rate of interest on the debenture or on the loan amount. Okay. Then cost of equity capital, that is KE, is mentioned as 15%. Right? Second line says cost of equity capital is 15%. So given this information, you need to find out the current value of the firm with the use of traditional model. So while you see, there should be difference between finding the value of the firms using the different models. Okay. See, NI approach, how did we find? First we found out the value of S, then B, then we added that. But while finding the value of the firms under NOI approach, we had followed a different formula for the levered firm, isn't it? We had followed a different formula. Now in traditional model, again we will follow the same, almost same technique like the NI approach. Okay, almost same technique as the NI approach. So quickly form this table of two columns. First one will be a broader one. Second one will be an amount column. Make this table having two columns. First column will be particulars column, and second column will be amount column. Okay. Make a table of two columns having two columns. First column will be a little broader one, name it as particulars. Second column will be a narrower one, name it as amount or rupees column. Okay. So just like NI approach, we will start with EBIT. First item in the particulars column will be EBIT. Write down EBIT. First item in the particulars column is EBIT. EBIT. So EBIT is given how much? It is directly given 12 lakh. So you will write 12 lakh. In the rupees column, write 12 lakh. Write 12 lakh. Then from this, what we have to do? We have to deduct the interest. So write less interest. In bracket, you can write 12% on 60 lakh. In bracket, you write 12% on 60 lakh. Less interest. In bracket, you write 12% on 60 lakh. 12% on 60 lakh. So what is the amount? 12% on 60 lakh is how much? 12% on 60 lakh is how much? It is 7,20,000. Isn't it? It is 7,20,000. 7,20,000. Then what we did in NI approach, then you write, there is no tax rate mentioned, no, here. Are you listening to me? Huh? I'm teaching you sums. Are you all listening to me? Okay. Only Priyanka listens to me, no? No one else. Okay, anyways. So tax rate is not given. If tax rate would have been given, we would have deducted tax now. Okay. So since tax rate is not given, so we will not deduct it. Simply we will write earnings available or earnings for equity shareholder. This is what now will be shared between the shareholders, right? So you write earnings for equity shareholder. Third item is earnings for equity shareholder. You could have also written EBT had tax been there. But since tax is not there, so directly we will write earnings for equity shareholder. Earnings for equity shareholder. What is the amount? It will be simply 12 lakh minus 7 lakh 20,000. 12 lakh minus 7 lakh 20,000. So how much it is? 4 lakh 80,000. It will be 4 lakh 80,000. Right. 4 lakh 80,000 is the earnings available for equity shareholder. Next you write equity capitalization rate. You write equity. Okay, in the question cost of equity capital is mentioned. You could have written cost of equity capital. Better will be you write equity capitalization rate. Don't write equity capital rate. Write equity capitalization rate. That is KE. Equity capitalization rate, that is KE, will be how much? 0.15. Equity capitalization rate, that is KE, will be 0.15. It is given. 15% means 0.15. Okay. Next item you write market value of equity. Market value of equity, that is SU. You could mention it with E also, no problem. Okay. Market value of equity in bracket, name it as S or E, whatever you like. Market value of equity will be how much? How to calculate this market value of equity? Who knows the answer? Tell me. How to calculate market value of equity? How do we calculate market value of equity? Yesterday only I told you. That means I'm speaking to myself only every day, no?
Ma'am, earning after tax divided by equity.
Yes, equity capitalization rate. Okay. Earnings after tax, that means now tax is not there. So you better you mention earnings available to the equity shareholder, which is 4,80,000. That has to be divided by KE, that is equity capitalization rate. So 4,80,000 divided by 0.15 will give you market value of the equity as 32 lakh. Market value of the equity will be 32 lakh. All of you understood? Tomorrow again I will ask. Market value of the equity will be earnings available to the equity shareholder divided by equity capital rate, that is KE. So 4,80,000 divided by 0.15, that will give you 32 lakh. Okay. Next item is market value of debt. Market value of debt will be how much? It is directly given in the question, which is 60 lakh. So write 60 lakh. Market value of debt 60 lakh. Okay. Market value of debt 60 lakh. So total market value of the firm, last item will be total market value of the firm. Total market value of the firm 92 lakh. Total market value of the firm 92 lakh. How did we get 92? 32 lakh plus 60 lakh, that is 92 lakh. Total market value of the firm is 92 lakh. Are you done? Finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So let us move on to the next problem. Problem number 3. Next problem. Problem number 3. All right. Problem number 3. You will not write the question. Just we will go through and we will solve the sum. X and Y are two companies which are identical in every respect, except that Y company uses debt. That means Y is the levered company. Okay, Y is the levered company which is having debt. Whereas X company does not use debt. Corporate tax rate is 50%. Corporate tax rate is 50%. Here the rate of tax is given. The EBIT is given 4 lakh. The equity capitalization rate, that is KE, is also given. It is 20%, that is 0.20. Assuming that all the assumption of MM are met, that means this is a problem of MM hypothesis, the fourth theory of capital structure. So assuming that all the assumption of MM are met, determine the value of the firm and the weighted average cost of capital for both the firms. So what two things here we'll have to find out. One is value of the firm. Okay. One is value of the firm and one is weighted average cost of capital, that is KO. Do you remember the calculation technique of KO? That we will have to calculate. Okay. So we will calculate value of the firm and the KO. Then it is mentioned that the company employs 12 lakh of 15% debt. That means the market value of debt is 12 lakh and the rate of interest will be 15% on the 12 lakh. Okay. Quickly write down. First we will find out the value. Write down. Value of the unlevered firm. Okay. First I showed you the handwritten part yesterday. First we need to find out the value of the unlevered firm. Okay. So you write value of the unlevered firm. In MM hypothesis also we will follow this formula. So very simple. If it is NI approach or traditional approach, you will form that table and then add value of S and B. If it is MM hypothesis or NOI approach, then you will use this formula for finding value of the firm. Okay. Actually, all the theories are so much interrelated, no? You have to just use your brain and remember that which format should be followed in which formula. So first let us find out the value of the unlevered firm. Write down value of the unlevered firm. In bracket you write X company. Value of the unlevered firm. In bracket you write X company. Value of the unlevered firm. In bracket write X company. It will be EBIT. In bracket it will be 1 minus T, bracket close, divided by KE. This is the formula for finding the value of the unlevered firm. Okay. So it will be EBIT 1 minus T divided by KE. So what is the amount of EBIT? What is the amount of EBIT? If you want to unmute and answer, no, you please unmute and answer, okay? Like if it would have been a original classroom, then I would have asked and any one of you would have answered, right? So do it like that. If you want to unmute and answer, please answer. Okay? If you do that, obviously you'll be in the good book of the teacher. Isn't it? So if you want to unmute and answer, you can answer. What is the EBIT given in the question? What is the EBIT amount given in the question?
4 lakh.
4 lakh. Yes, 4 lakh. So 4 lakh into 1 minus tax rate, that is 0.50. Tax rate is 50%. So in bracket you will write 1 minus 0.50. 1 minus 0.50 divided by, it will be KE, that is cost of equity capital or equity capitalization rate of the unlevered firm, that is 20%, right? 0.20 in the denominator. So where are you standing? You're writing rupees 4 lakh into 1 minus 0.5 divided by KE. And tell me the answer. How much you are getting? Tell me the answer of the value of the unlevered firm.
$10 lakh.
10 lakh. Okay, very good. Then you write value of the levered form. Value of the levered form. Value of the levered form now will be, then in bracket you write Y company and write equals to value of the unlevered form plus B into T. What is B? B is the date amount. So you write value of the levered form in bracket Y company equals to value of the unlevered form plus B into T. That is date amount into tax amount. Value of the unlevered form plus B into T. And then find out the value. Find out the value. What is the value of the levered form? What will be the value of the levered form? $10 lakh plus 12 lakh into 0.5. It will be 16 lakh, right? Is it 16 lakh? Tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then you give the heading average cost of capital. Average cost of capital. So we'll do it tomorrow, okay? We'll do it tomorrow. Okay. You can, okay, this much for today only. Huh? I will do it tomorrow and finish up this sum. Okay. Bye-bye then. Practice whatever we are doing in the class. Practice all the sums that we are doing in the class. Okay. All right then.